Hey boys, welcome back to some more Seagulls 2019 career. It's going to be round 8 and a couple of wins back to back here has pushed us up into the top 4, which is very, very nice. The one good thing about our team, although it's very stacked, we actually won't be affected that heavily with Origin. I mean, well, we'll be I'm sort of debating that comment right there because we will be missing, you would assume, the Trebojevic brothers and Daly Cherry Evans. So we're missing, obviously, 2 major spine players and then, you know, one of our best forwards. But, yeah, I feel like we probably have the depth to cover it. Whereas other teams, you know, the Storm, Broncos, I mean, Dragons this year, which is hilarious. It is sort of funny. I'm going to talk about the Dragons for a second here. It's off topic, but it's crazy to me that so many Dragons players got selected for Origin, but they're so god awful. I feel like some of their players are fairly overrated, but you know, we're not gonna get into that too much here. But third tackle, the doggies, good ball actually. It actually looked a little bit forward out of the hands, but Ockenbaugh back in the team here gets driven over the sideline. So good defense regardless. As right there, we couldn't actually pass it off the scrum because that happens a little bit on the open side. Your player will not be standing there, so do not try to pass it because it'll hit the deck and the opposition will take control. But Jake was able to make some good ground. But Ockenbaugh for the doggies, obviously he came into the league. And it's funny because there were so many people who were talking him down before he made his debut. There were so many people who were commenting and talking about how Ockenbaugh is very ordinary and he would very much struggle because apparently in New South Wales Cup he was pretty awful according to some players. But he came into the league and he was honestly very, very good. Is right here. What is that pass? He's just thrown it away. That's wild. That's one of the worst passes you'll ever see. I don't know why it wasn't play on, but we'll take the scrum feed for sure. As Trebojevic there breaks through, gets the offload. Oh, cut. I should have just kept going. I get. Sometimes I'm too pass happy. Honestly, I would have just got to the try line. You would have thought. As Apicurosau almost gets there as well. But Ockenbaugh came in and he was pretty solid. I mean, his defense at times obviously was a little bit iffy, decision making, but other than that, like, he was a very strong inclusion and a pretty good young player coming through. Obviously an injury. I can't remember I thought he injured his ankle. I think that's what he injured, but he's been out for a long time now. I don't know if he's actually back from injury. He probably is. He just hasn't got back into the team because of Zalesniak coming into the lineup. But yeah, he was a pretty good player who made his debut for the Dogs. They've had a little bit of silver lining, as right here, beautiful kick to Joel Thompson who burst onto it, but what a tackle. It was incredible. The defense was fantastic. As right here, the kick goes across field and it's going to be Marcelo Montoya who takes that one and able to elude our chasers. Good defense by the Dogs to hold us out there. We've been very good in defense attack this year, so pretty well done from the Dogs. As Tom Trebojevic getting into the open there, somehow try to get the pass away. It's going to get knocked down from the Dogs, so they're going to have to defend a little bit more here as we try to switch the play back to Dylan Walker. A little bit of a change up for our scrum feeds. As our first tackle, we're going to have to do something here, and it's going to be Kate Gus who just sneaks it ever so slightly into a field goal there. We've had amount of possession and our completion rates have been sensational, so it's good signs. We haven't scored any tries, but it's good signs going into the second half that we can turn it into some points. Unfortunately, right there, we come up with an error pretty much straight away. So, you know, a little bit silly right there. But we got the 1-0 lead. The field goal, it was a good kick. Honestly, from Cuss, it was a fantastic field goal as Ruben Garrick here goes straight through the defense. bursts through with another tackle. It tries to get the pass. What has happened there? It's come off. Winterstein has scored. What is it? It's hit him in the... It's hit him right in the scone, and then he's like teleported to catch it. So, yeah, good try. As Ruben Garrick, a big kick, and he does convert to make it 7-0. So that field goal is pretty important now. It is raining once again. I feel like we've had plenty of rainy games in this cream mode so far, but you know, we can live with that. As last tackle, the Dogs really haven't had any position or field territory on our... I don't even know how many tackles they've had in the side of the 20, but it wouldn't be many, if any. So we've I feel pretty good about that. Is right here, terrible defense. Just let RFM Fatala Mariner just go straight through the defense right there. That was absolutely awful. But besides that, our defense has been excellent in just controlling the territory of the match and just keeping the pressure on. As it's going to be third tackle here. It looks like the game is basically sewn up. It's been a bit of a bludger of a match, honestly. This time Trbojevic is able to get through the defense. Even when he's fatigued, it feels like at the end of the game, Tommy Turbo starts to get into his own a little bit. Again, we just, late in the game, I was trying to get something happening, just a little bit of good attacking footy, but just silly passes at the end of it there. But third tackle, the Dogs do get a chance to post some points, and potentially, I mean, they could snatch a victory. And it is going to be William Hopewade bursting over for a try, playing at fullback, which I've talked about before, that I think Hopewade should definitely be the fullback for the Dogs. They obviously signed Lesniak, and I think Lesniak is a solid player, but I think Hopewade as a fullback is much better than Lesniak. Because the thing is, Lesniak is all about his carries back, and that's wingers. That's a winger's bread and butter. But regardless, we do get the victory here, 7-6. The field goal came in clutch there. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying the series. Make sure to like and comment, and I'll see you in the next one.